And me too. And for me, it's personal. Because I was an orphan. I was born in a mental institution.
Same.
In McLeany, Florida. The son of a mentally insane, homeless prostitute.
Wow.
That's terrible.
I was abandoned and alone. And for the almost first 4 years of my life, I suffered unimaginable abuse under the hands of some sick, twisted, perverted predators. The devil was stealing, killing, and destroying my life. But I praise God that Jesus came, that I might have life, that I might have more abundantly. And it is only by the grace of God that I'm alive today, and that I have the opportunity to preach the gospel to thousands. And listen, that grace of God got magnified in my life the day I met my biological mother.
Wow.
I only met her once,
Wow.
shortly before she died. I went to see her in a dilapidated boarding home for the mentally deranged. I took my then girlfriend Tammy, who is now my wife of 22 years, my sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this day
It
as
was
long
his
as I
girlfriend, and
live.
now they've been married
We
for
saw my
22
mom.
years. Whoa.
My mom came out, her hair was all nappy from neglect.
Nappy.
Her clothes were soiled and had foul stench to them, and her skin literally black from her bones. My mom was dying. She was dying. And I just wanted to encourage my mom, so I told her, I said, Mom, I'm a preacher. I'm sharing Jesus, and lives are being changed. Man, it made my mom smile. But when she smiled, her eyes got really wide, and she started staring off into space, muttering, "They told me not to have you. They 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 told me not to have you." It was as if my mom had hit the rewind button on the DVD of her mind, and she went back to that day that the doctors were putting so much pressure on her to abort me. They didn't think I stood a chance. My mom was mentally disturbed. She was homeless, and she was recklessly immoral for a living. And as she was muttering that they told me not to have it, because they were screaming, abort him, abort him. Then she'd say, they told me not to have you, they told me not to have you. And all of a sudden, my mom regained her focus. And she looked at me from my toes to my head. And she smiled, and she smiled this audaciously elated smile. And I'll never forget what she said as long as I live. From my toes to my head, she looked at me and she said, "Well, it looks like God knew what he was doing."